Hey, this is Craig.
And Sebastian.
And this is another TQ Tax
Tax
Tip. Today we're going over bad debt. Bad debt, non-business and business. I think we're going to try to do both. I don't know if we're going to make it. I think we're really
We'll try to briefly cover
whatever.
real quick.
So the first we're going to talk about is what is bad debt. The IRS has its own definition of bad debt. You know what? I think I'm going to read it. Actually, it's more fun to read that because if you guys can make sense of it, it's awesome. It says, generally, a business bad debt is a loss from the worthlessness of a debt that was either created or acquired in a trade or business or closely related to your trade or business when it became partly or totally worthless.
Huh. So worthless.
No idea. So I don't understand that. So let's break it down easy. If you have a business and you're a sole proprietor, let's stay there. You're an individual, you own a
Right.
business.
Corporations are different.
Yeah, corporations
Right.
are different,
Yep.
partnerships are different, but generally speaking.
Just sole proprietorship.
Yeah, and again, they all fit as a business. It pretty much fits, but the rules get a little bit jaded. So,
Right.
as in general, if you're a business, you own a business, and you say, "Hey, I did a service for Sebastian,
Yep.
and Sebastian owes me $10,000,"
I'm not paying you.
which I realize, then I can write it off as a bad debt.
Okay.
No, so you can't write it off as a bad. No,
What
I
do we
can
have to do?
only write it off as a bad debt if I put it on my books that I got paid by you.
So on books, it has to look like it's income already.
Invoiced,
right?
yeah.
We already have it as income.
That's right.
And then we never collected on it.
Correct. So
Gotcha.
if you guys, I know we got these questions all the time. Apparently, last year we tried to explain it and
crazy.
figure some video. If you did a service, you did a tax return because we're in tax season coming
Sure.
up, and the people never paid us, pay us our doggone money. People we know what we're talking about. Anyway, we can't write it off as a bad debt because we never put it on our books as income to begin with.
Now,
Now,
once we put it on our books,
Yeah, if Pat
that
does.
is the situation, right?
correct. That's on Pat. If he puts it in, then we get to write it off.
Then we get to write
So
off
that's
as
the
bad debt.
basic thing we're trying to get you guys to understand. If the business never put it on the books, guys, it doesn't really count. The other part is you have to go through steps to try to retrieve it. Now, we're going into, let's make it easy. For sole proprietors, you guys are marking this information on the Schedule C. Thank you.
right.
For S Corps, you're doing it under 1120S. For our partnerships, it's 1065. And I think, whatever, et cetera, or whatever. And then Schedule, what do you call those people? C's. C Corps.
C
You're doing it
Corps.
on yours. So it's like, it goes on the normal books you guys would, or
That you would do
forms you
anyway.
normally use.
Right.
Non-business bad debt is different, but the same.
That would go on to the 1040 though.
That right. Goes
Right.
on the 1040, and then the non-business bad debt is the same principle. You said, hey, in legally, you wrote something together, I think it was you write it together and you say, hey, this person owes us for the service.
X
Again,
amount of
I
dollars.
owe you money this
Right.
time, and I'm not gonna pay you.
Right. So only if I report it on my as income,
No, and
right?
see,
As long as I have it down there.
yeah, you can
Right.
do so, but with the personal, it has to be a lot. There's a lot more steps that
There's
go on.
steps to collecting.
Right. So
Right.
you have
Do
to sit
attempts.
there. Right. There you go. You have to do multiple attempts, and it doesn't mean a phone call. It means, hey, a bunch of phone calls. You have to write it, like when you called, what you spoke about,
it's
sending
very, very
letters.
specific.
You guys look
The
it up. It's a lot of
whole thing,
lists.
yeah.
But you have to make an attempt. And then after you do this, when you say, hey, I want to write off this bad debt, you have to also attach a note that tells the IRS, hey,
Exactly what happened.
that's right. This is the bad debt. This is the date of the bad debt. This is when it occurred. This is how much. This is what my attempts were in order to retrieve it. And it's totally worthless.
Right.
Now, again, that's the part we need to emphasize. That debt has to be, as a non-business bad debt, has to be a totally worthless debt. It doesn't have to.
Cannot collect. No
Can't- yeah,
partial.
at all.
No. Right.
Right, no partial. In business, you can have partial bad debt, and full bad debt, but in personal, it's all bad.
And as always, we can help you with all this, but please gotta contact us.
Yeah.
If we were to tell you every step,
It's a waste.
we'd never get through it.
Yeah, so again, guys, just please keep in mind, for businesses, that's really the point of this whole video, because again, we do a lot of individuals,
business,
right? Individuals, and they have their LLCs or whatever the case may be. Just because you did a service and didn't get paid, it doesn't mean it's bad debt. If you did not put that money on your books, it doesn't count. That's really what we're trying to get you guys to understand.
So just let us know. We'll be able to help you determine that and get you through it, as per always.
yeah, and again, follow us on all of our social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Mobile app, you got that? This
Oh
time?
yeah, use that.
As
Definitely.
always,
We
yeah.
always have our mobile app, so if you guys, most of y'all don't even see us anyway, but
Right.
download the mobile app, send in your tax returns. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you as always. Have a good one.